I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will you take roll, please?
Look and see. Mrs. Amberby. Mrs. Butler.
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue.
Present.
Mr. Veed.
Here.
Mrs. Leskowitz.
Here. Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Well, didn't want to take this now, there's a back in that.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now could I get a motion to enter an executive session and consider the appointment, compensation, dismissal, or discipline of a public employee and investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee?
I'll move.
Second.
Will you take roll, please?
Mrs. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Veed.
Yes.
Mrs. Ambergy.
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue.
Yes.
Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes. Thank you. All right, now could I get a motion to approve the adoption of the agenda?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Any discussion? You take roll, please.
Mr. Veed.
Yes.
Mrs. Ambergy.
Yes.
Mrs. Butler.
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue.
Yes.
Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve the Bethel Board of Education minutes for the meetings of July 28th and August 18th?
I'll move.
Second.
Any discussion?
I was here on the July 28th, but not last week, so. I'm gonna split my paper.
Well, legally, you can vote for both, even if you weren't in attendance. There's nothing to preclude you from not voting on minutes, but I don't want to ever tell anyone how to vote. But you can legally approve minutes if you were not at the meeting. So, I mean, if you want us to split it up, I mean, we could always
Or can she just abstain if she doesn't want to vote?
either. However, you,
Not trying to cause it.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Anything else? No. We take roll, please.
Mrs. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Veed,
Yes.
Mrs. Ambergy,
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue,
All, excuse me, all abstaining.
and Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes. All right, superintendent's report?
Okay, so several items, not a lot of in-depth, just sort of quick hitters, if you will. You know, with school starting, you know, everybody out there, just remember cell phones are not supposed to be in the classrooms, in the school, they're supposed to be put away. So, you know, your locker in the locker in the room. So that, I think we got a little lax with that last year. And I brought that up with the administration as well. You know, dress code, you know, we've been talking about dress code for decades. You know, just dress appropriately, people. Yeah, that's the main guidance here. You know, we've got some, we'll help you understand what that is if you have a hard time doing that. So, and Team Snap. So that's the athletic app. We've got the educational app, which is Rooms through App TV. And we were trying to find one platform that athletics could communicate on instead of 20 different platforms, right? It makes things very difficult. So tasked them with find the app. They did some research and they landed on Team Snap. So that is going to be the athletic app that they'll use to move forward. So
Okay.
best update, which is the classified union. we have a tentative agreement, and as soon as they ratify that, I'll bring it to you for your review and approval. So it fell within the parameters that we discussed, and, I mean, like I said, we got everything TA'd, so everything's tentatively agreed upon. So, graduation is the 29th of May, and there was a little bit of, I don't know, not a lot of confusion, but we got the date change, and we've not, historically here in Bethel, we've not had it the same day. It's moved around.
Yeah.
And a lot of people wanted it on a Saturday, so they still had Sunday and Monday. Hobart opened up with a Saturday and they took it, so just, we've got reminders, but it will be on the 29th of May this year. Office extensions, like I said, we've got Josh in the office now, we've got a few other people. How is it easier? We've added some phone extensions and made it the routing a little better. Jason Cook's been working on that, so and I think we've got, who's it, Matt Reed's voice?
Matt Colbert.
Oh, okay, so yeah, it's our celebrity speaker extensions. We are, we've had several meetings, obviously with, staff and curriculum and what is it we want to do? And, I think, when we get to, we call it back to basics. I met with Mindy about it. I met with Heather Sage. I met with my team about it, met with some staff about it. We've had this conversation about, the generation just graduated, was not as intelligent as their parents, which is the first time that's ever happened since we've been reporting that. Why is that? Well, I think a lot of it has to do with phones and computers and things like that. But then Jason Cook and I had the conversation. It's not so much we want everybody off computers, but the time you do spend on the computers, you want it to be meaningful.
Yeah.
Right? That's and we want to be able to read and write and articulate and talk back, what did I say? What are we talking about here? Have the conversation. So, some really exciting things are happening. I think the curriculum itself and the delivery and the level of engagement will be different this year. We've got a lot of good people and a lot of right seats, and I think with the support and with what you all have done, our ratios aren't big either. So so the student teacher ratios are great, which is good for learning. So, and we can absorb as years go on as well. So we won't need to hire folks. So it's good. Shout out to Coach Hamlin. We're going to recognize him. Obviously, 500 wins the other day. But 500 wins, a lot of wins. That's impressive. So not many people around the state of Ohio or anywhere in the U.S. with 500 wins. So congratulations to him and his career in that soccer. We had new teacher orientation last Thursday. Went really well. And a lot of excited and nervous faces. That was interesting. But yeah, it was good to have him in. Josh had put together a program, and it was a good program. So it was nicely run. Then we had convocation day, which was Friday. Some of you came to that, and I thought it went very well. I thought it was laid out well. I thought people, said what they needed to say. I think I'll tell you the best part that I liked was teachers and staff members that have been here for a while. Call them tenured. They came up to me and they said that was the best convocation day they've had yet. And I'm like, oh, okay, good to hear. But it was more just like, we had the band and we had the flag corps and all these things, but I think it was the message too, right? The message of where we're headed and what we want to do. So I think, those things are good. Then I came down here and I go to these open houses, and this is the happiest I've seen people in 3 years I've been here, and they're excited, they're encouraged, they're, whatever you need and stuff. It's just, in most schools, opening day is opening day and people are happy, but that it was it was good. So like I said, we've had PD staff's all been back this week, and first day of school with kids is Thursday. So that's sort of the opening, if you will, of what we've been trying to get to. So it was good.
I just really appreciate your effort and staff in the improvement of the culture at Bethel and the unifying voice that is once again running through our staff. And this will only benefit our students and the community as this continues to grow. And I just want to give props to our staff and to our leadership, all of it, for making this happen, because it needed some shaking out and cleaning off, and
Well, thank you.
I really, our kids are gonna benefit, and I think that's why we're here, and I'm grateful for your efforts.
Well, I appreciate that, but yeah, I'll put it right back on the staff. I've asked a lot of them and they've delivered, and so, you know, all the thanks goes to them. So they've done a nice job, and the kids are great. I love our kids. I mean, I see them in the summer too. I see them at, you know, fast food restaurants, like. You know, it's like. On the summer. But I mean, yeah, there's good kids, so, good kids. And like I said, the community's great. Like I said, talked to a bunch of people, you know, over the summer. It's good. It's good. But thank you. No, but like I said, I've asked a lot of people, and they've delivered for the most part. So. Thanks. That's all I have for my report.
Thank you. Now we have public participation.
Okay, we have 3. Donna's first.
Okay, Miss Donna, you're up.
Thank you for this opportunity again to speak. I love the 60 seconds.
Thank you.
What is Bethel High School, Middle School, and Elementary going to do for Constitution Week? What do you got planned? Do you know? Well, Constitution Day was proclamated by President Dwight D. Eisenhower, Proclamation 3288, 1959. It was started by someone from Ohio, Louisville, Ohio, who got it done in Ohio, took it to the state, and then took it to the federal. Then, of all people, Robert Byrd of West Virginia snuck it into an appropriation thing that it has to be mandatory to do that, and that was 2004. And I believe, Reagan, you said your kids were taught that, and I didn't know what they learned because I wasn't taught that, and my kid wasn't taught that, so that was a little fun. So if you need some help, I have a lot of access to Thomas Jefferson to speak, the flags person to speak. And let's see, and I want to thank you for letting me speak after your report. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you still have those books?
Constitution books?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the Republican Party to donate, but I need to know how many people we have in high school. I want to start with the high school.
Okay,
So they had a bunch of them. I said I need
600.
600, I told them 300. I don't have 40 cents. I don't have 40 cents a copy. Hillsdale has a free copy, but I don't like theirs.
But I still have some stuff from you. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can get together finally to discuss what, I just need to know if you're gonna do the week. I thought maybe we could start with the high school to shortly and then just add to the elementary and junior high. Make it a big deal, coloring, little things you can color, post on the board. What we did at the Liberty Camp in Miami Valley Military Museum. We actually had a copy of this Declaration of Independence. And underneath it was blank, and the kids at the camp signed their honor, their lives and their fortunes for that. So that was a big deal for them. And I still like to have 2 times to speak, like now and at the end. I like that. I want to bring that back up. And also, do you have winter break or do you have Christmas break? The holiday is Christmas, not winter break, not winter solstice. And no matter what religion you are or not, it's the federal holiday. And I would like to say, have it done as Christmas break. And I believe I'm done. Thank you very much for hearing me.
All right.
So I will eventually get back with you, but I've been busy.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. Catch up.
Just a little.
So, you know what, you remember what your kids learned on Constitution Day?
I didn't even ask them.
Because you said something about that.
They did, and I remember them talking about it.
Because
And I
I knew
think
about the
somebody
public-
got Somebody got a booklet too, I think.
Yeah, I know social studies classes, they're required to do something
So-
about it that day.
And I-
Because, I did not know it was a law in 2004, knew about the proclamation. And I'm surprised that Robert Byrd of all people had carried a constitution book and slipped it in. So, but I think it should be a big deal, especially since it started here in Ohio. Thank you.
Thank
Yep,
you.
Thank you.
Julie Reed.
Next up is Ms. Julie.
Miss Julie. Good evening, board. Julie Reese, in full disclosure, as you know, I'm a township trustee, but I'm here tonight speaking as a resident, not on behalf of the trustees. I just have one question tonight. Could you just explain the clinic nurse contractor? Whatever that deal is, because when I read it, it looks like it was just one person. And it kind of starts out saying that it's more of a contractor, but then later on it says they're going to pay SERS or STRS slash, I guess it's SERS, which makes it seem like they're more of a school employee. So just wondered if you could clarify that a little bit. And is it really only one person? And then I would also like to see 2 sections for public comment because it's kind of nice at the end to have the any. And then one thing I just wanted to tell you about is Huber Heights is in the process of approving a truck stop just east of the corner of 202 and 40. So if you know where the Jehovah Witness church is, that's in the township. Then there's a field next to it. It's 6 1/4 acres. And then Bosma is next to that. That field used to be the soccer field, the Bethel soccer fields. So that 6.25 acres, they're in the process of approving a truck stop there. The plans call for 8,800 square feet for a truck maintenance building, a 2,000 square foot office building, and parking for up to 43 trucks and trailers. So the business is to haul transformers, which require much longer trailers than the standard semi truck trailer, which I think is like
53 feet.
53 feet. So these are like 100 feet, also big. So I went to the, so they're doing it as an ordinance, which means it needs 2 readings. Usually they don't do the second one, but they did this time. But the first reading, I went to the August 10th meeting, was when they did that to oppose it. It does, that property backs up to their own citizens and carriage trails. And it puts semi trucks among the parents and school buses as the kids are being shuttled back and forth to the school, which I don't think is a good idea, especially the intersection at 202 and 40 cannot handle any kind of a semi truck, even a short one. I don't know if you've been through there, but it's a tight turn even in a car. The houses come right up to the road. There's telephone poles right along the road.
201 and 42. You gotta make that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they'd have to swerve out into the other lane to make a turn. So what's likely gonna happen is rather than them going that way, they're probably gonna come all the way down 40 and use the 201 intersection because they can run off the edge there and make the turn because there's no close houses or phone poles there. So that means it's gonna put the semis more among our cars and buses. So, just wanted to let you know about this. They're having a second reading, as I mentioned, and they're gonna vote on it at their next city council, which will be a meeting in September. I believe it's the second Tuesday. No. Monday. I think it's Monday, because ours is Tuesday. So it would be good if maybe some of the board members came and opposed it. They do have one, Huber Heights couple has been working with their planning board, and they are trying to get some restrictions put on it at a minimum. One of those would be no pay for parking, which would be really good because that will increase the number. I said, the plans were for up to 43. They can have 43 parking spaces according to what the architect drew. They currently only have 13 of their own trucks. So they were gonna have pay for parking. And I think they're gonna at least restrict them from that, which would help, but the 13 can grow at any time. So that's it. As always, thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
And Ms. Tanya?
Thank you for letting me talk. I'm probably going against the chain of command because I had no intention of making any kind of conversation today until I saw what was on the executive session. What's been going on with volleyball has been awful. And I'll even point out that there are some girls here, but they are in actual wanting the coach back, if I'm not mistaken. However, I am not. I am not wanting the coach back, nor the other person back, because of what has happened and has happened to more than just one or two girls. I am seeing a completely good program getting blown up. I am seeing girls that are being treated awful. And I am seeing something that, according to what you have said, improvement of the culture at Bethel. Ms. Reagan, you said that. And I agree, that's what we should all aspire to. But what I have witnessed, my daughter's been in volleyball since 7th grade. What I have witnessed is not an improvement. What I have witnessed is division. What I have witnessed is an athletic director who has not been an oversight to a coach. You have somebody who was brand new. Did she make a mistake in posting something? Absolutely. But my question is, why was that screenshot even done? Because that screenshot means that she was sending that to someone else talking about a child. That is incorrect, that is inappropriate. And my daughter is a friend of that particular child, and I feel based on other things that I have done, that she has done to advocate, she is being also treated horribly. Vindictive behavior. You have a winning program and it has been imploded. And a lot of that I put on the athletic director. Because you should have oversight when you have a brand new coach who doesn't know the system, who doesn't know what you have. Now you have a coach not there. You have a JV coach assistant who doesn't even know the game. You have an athletic director who doesn't know about Team Snap, who has just fallen apart. I understand why those girls are here advocating for their coach. They are getting the playtime. They're getting the treatment that to them is great. But to those other girls, it's not appropriate. And it's not a culture that I would hope that Bethel would want. So, I mean, I was not here and with any intention. My intention was literally just to see how the process worked here, because I haven't been to a school board meeting in all transparency. My focus has always been about annexation and how that isn't, what needs to happen. So as a school board, think about everything as a whole. What are you saying to those girls, to those parents, to the rest of the community when you can let that happen and continue? So I had no intention of even saying anything, but I'm just disappointed in the whole situation. The entire situation has fallen apart. And it's frankly kind of unacceptable. So, thank you.
Thank you. That's it. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the superintendent's consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I kind of had similar questions that Julie had. I did want to know, did the amount of time, was it, slated for one person? Like one person, if I read it, and I could have read it wrong, if I read it correctly, my understanding, my takeaway was that that one person would be hired and then would be there for the 5 years. And so I took it as one person, but I could be wrong about that. And then I just wondered if there was one person or multiple people, would they be reviewed every year? Like, was that salary set in stone for whoever came in during, let's say, the 5th year, whether you'd been here for 5 years or not?
Yeah, so it's not dependent upon, we're not contracting for a specific person. They have to supply the person, and it
It's a
is a service, but the amount is locked in for that period of time. And it is a one-on-one nurse.
We can't get into what,
Right.
I'm sorry, Mike.
we can't get into what their services are. It's a one-to-one special education. But that's what, it's a service. I mean, you can read the contract, but I mean, that, it's not a person, it's a service, as Jenny said.
It's a service system. Okay.
Mhm.
So it makes you wonder, or at least me, and maybe, again, maybe I've misread it, but, so as the salary goes up, how do you know that that person, that, I mean, we're dependent upon the services then, right? To make sure that they, find somebody who meets those salaries that are continuing to go up. Am I,
Well, we've had many, in my 3 years here, we've had many services, contract services from other companies, nursing services and healthcare services that come in and service folks, and they find the people and they evaluate them, and our special ed director looks at it and provides input as well. Eric wrote this. Eric went over this contract and rewrote some things that we needed in it. He's looked at it in depth. I mean, but they would come in, Premier Community Health would come in and provide the service, and we would provide input as well. on
And
the
I'm
level
sure
service.
if there was a situation where a certain person and it wasn't working out with that person.
We have removed.
Like
people.
he said, it's
Yeah.
a service, so we
Yeah.
could demand a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now will the, current, folks that are clinicians, will they have to join, or is it up? I mean, if they would like to join the service company,
talking about our
perhaps they
nurses?
can, but are they forced to?
No.
Is it
You're talking
mandatory?
about our nurses, like.
Yeah, our current,
No.
yes.
That's totally different. Totally
Yeah.
different. They provide the nursing services for the kids here, or, medicines and
Right.
all the things they need to do.
So
This is
it's,
a different issue.
yeah, so it's more like what we do for substitute teachers then, or not quite?
No.
This is just something like
It's
medical,
filling a
they have,
need.
like, we have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Yeah. Yeah, but medically is one thing, but we don't have to have it be under a service contract.
So when it's a certain. When it's like a certain thing and it's on there, like, I don't know, I don't wanna say too much.
Yeah.
Cause, but yes, it's something that would have to be
It's very
done.
specific
They-
to the child.
Yes, that's why I can't,
It's contracting for the specialized service
Yeah.
for the need
Okay.
that we have at that time. So
Yeah.
it's not like a
Yeah.
blanket school nurse. It's a specific specialized skills that we need to have verified and
to be
and
compliant.
Premier-
like,
and
yeah.
Premier will know that that individual is capable of carrying out those things that we need to have done.
That
So
we can't provide.
that
Yeah.
I
that
don't want
we-
to get into too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
I
understand.
wanted clarity as well as Julie and Natalie, but, your answer.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me.
Thanks.
Yeah. Understand, and I maybe didn't pick that up, so, but I understand, yeah,
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I just want to keep everybody out of trouble.
yeah, yes. I think there was like 21 pages and you're trying to.
Yes.
make
Oh, yeah.
sure that you get through it all
Yeah.
and understand every page and what it relates to, so,
He did, because he was in my office with it. Went over it.
Yeah.
He worked hard on it.
yeah.
It wasn't the original.
Yeah. Okay, thank
It
you,
was a good question.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you have any?
Sorry.
You're fine.
Just a quick session here, I was thinking there was 2 in that section, but, I think I'm good on that, thank you.
Anything else? Any other discussion? Will you take a vote, please?
This is Amber Gee.
Yes.
Mr. Bede,
Yes.
Mrs. Butler,
Yes,
Mrs. Donahue,
Yes.
Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes. Now we have the treasurer's consent agenda. Could I get a motion to approve it?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Well, I will say I do like it when Jenny goes through some of the details and I don't want to just skim through it really quick because I think it's important.
Yeah, I'm planning on going over a few
Okay.
slides.
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you. No, I'm glad. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, those are
No.
there for us.
Yeah.
Necessarily or to review, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So Jason, if you go to the 5-year forecast and the one that's got the slides, Bethel slides. So I put some slides together and I promise to be concise. But I also feel like twice a year, you're asked to approve a forecast. And so I want to make sure that, because if you look at the 5-year forecast in the document, there's a lot of words and a lot of numbers. And so I want to make sure we all understand what the assumptions are. So first of all, we are required by the state of Ohio to adopt a forecast twice a year. Last year, it was by October 15th and the end of February. This year, ding, 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 let's just throw it in with everything else going on in August. So that's why it's on the agenda. And then in February, I'll be back again. Neither one of those dates make any sense to any treasurers, but it's what's in law. So we're going to do what's in law. Just as a reminder, the forecast includes the general fund. It doesn't include food service. It doesn't include our PI fund, but we're going to talk about that briefly at the end. So now, forecasting challenges. I already mentioned the dates really don't make sense, but we also are challenged right now because of all of the tax reform that has been happening. We still really don't know the impact of that. We've tried to estimate and forecast to the best of our ability. One thing I do know is there's tax credits that are still kind of up in the air. As a taxpayer, you could be eligible for tax credits from previous years. Still not sure exactly what that's going to look like. Legislation will cap the growth of our revenue growth from taxes based on inflation. So we're trying to predict what that's going to look like. Budget Commission has an expanded role. They could limit or completely do away with tax revenue if they believe that what you have and what you're collecting is excessive or unnecessary. Also, piggyback of homestead and rollback. Every county can double that credit for its taxpayers. Miami County has done that. Great for taxpayers, and I'm not saying anything bad about that. The bad part though is it's just lost revenue for us. It's not like the state's reimbursing us for that. So we're looking at about an annual loss of $650,000 because of that additional credit for homeowners. So next slide, Jason. I just like to talk briefly about notable assumptions on the revenue and expenditure side. So state foundation makes up 54% of our funding. If you look at our local versus state, we're right about a 60-40 local versus state. But we are getting $3 million over the biennium from the state, which is great. I will tell you though, we have 2 additional biennium budgets in this forecast, and we're just estimating flat funding because who knows what's going to go on there. We our wealth factors, so when they look at funding us from the state, they're taking into account our wealth that's increasing, but they're not taking into account our actual cost. The costs are still based on 2022 figures, so they're a little behind, which just means we look wealthier, which means we get less from the state. Local property taxes, 15% of our revenue. And again, we're at the 20 mil floor. We used to receive all that growth from those revaluations or updates, and that's now capped. TIF revenue makes up 17%. Again, and Mike and I have had an initial meeting to start conversations about what we should assume for Carriage Trails 2.0, but we still don't have more information about that. So there's no additional revenue forecasted for
It should be
Carriage
higher
Trails
than
2. We are hoping. Income tax is 10% of our revenue, and we're assuming a 3% annual growth in that revenue line item. So when you look at historical trends and the forecast on the next slide, I just put together information going all the way back from 2016 to 2031, just so you can kind of see what has happened and transpired with our revenue. The biennium budgets are basically where you're going to see those big jumps and big increases. We actually got more money from the state. But then you'll look from 2028 through 2031, it's basically flat. As we know more, we'll change these, but right now it is, I would not be doing service to this district to put more money in this forecast at this time. So next, let's look at, in this chart, you might remember from the last time we kind of talked about it, I thought it was worth putting back into this slideshow to just kind of break down what are our current expense levies, and when do they expire, when were they voted in, our bond issue, and our permanent improvement fund, permanent improvement levy. Just as a reminder, we're going to keep repeating this, the 2 mil PI levy, the last year of collection is calendar year 2027. So we're going to need to make some decisions about that. So expenditure side, our notable expenditure assumptions. Wages are 54% of our overall expenditures, benefits 21.5%. And those two together, that is what you see in most service organizations. Yeah. That's the biggest part of the pie. Mr. Nutter mentioned we have a TA for our classified union. At this time, I'm predicting what we know right now, which was a 2.75% increase. So as that is adopted, then these numbers will change, but it's not going to dramatically impact any of the forecasted number. Mr. Nutter also mentioned the staffing numbers and that we have pretty good pupil teacher ratios currently. So in this forecast, we have predicted stable staffing through 2029 and 2030. Wow. And in 2031, we are adding in one additional staff member. So that's what's included in this forecast, because we believe that this year we really did increase the staffing versus we thought we were going to split it out over a few years, but we needed to do it.
Yeah, we made the decision to make from the curricular aspect and do the things that we wanted to do, and some of the things I addressed earlier. We took the bite out of the apple up front, and then that way we can do what we need to do over the next 3, 4, 5 years and not increase that.
Mm-hmm.
Which educationally makes more sense.
Yeah.
We can do.
I think you did what was best for kids.
Exactly.
So if we look at the graph again, just like on the expenditure side, going all the way back to 2016 predicted forward, 2025, anybody remember why we saw that big jump in the expenditures? We transferred money. Remember that?
Yes,
We
Yeah.
The 07.
transferred the money into the 070, which will enable us to do the first LFI,
Mhm.
the field house. So that's why you see that big increase. You'll notice that through 2031, that amounts, the percentage increases kind of stables out. And so that's what's predicted as far as, but if, now if we go to the next page, if you recall, revenues really weren't growing. Expenditures, we've predicted growth. So what's going to happen over time? Your expenditures are going to outpace your revenue, which is what, and boy, this chart does not look good, but what I want you to see on this is where you see that red line overtake the blue. The red line is the expenditures. And in 2029, it's going to overtake your revenues. The purple line is cash. And so once you start dipping in to your cash reserves, your cash is going to start going down. Through FY30, we're in a really good, stable place. In 2031, which is 5 years out,
Which is impossible to predict.
it's very difficult to predict. There's some red flags and we would need to make some decisions, but there's so many assumptions and so many things we don't know right
Yeah.
now. I think we said earlier,
Two
I
budgets
think
in there, too.
there's two straight budgets. I think a lot of our neighbors would be envious of this forecast. I've said that before and I would
You said it
say
again.
that. Yeah. The last thing I'll mention on this is we have a substitute emergency levy that we will need to make a decision on it runs out in FY29. So that's not for today to solve. When we look at our ending cash balance, like I said, we look good through FY30 and FY31. We'd fall below 30 days of cash. So we would need to make some decisions. So in summary, see, moving along here pretty good. There's still a lot we don't know about tax reform. And we're all struggling, everybody around the state. And so once we know more, we'll update it and have better predictions, but we tried to be conservative in our estimates, but we still have to plan. We still have to do this twice a year. So it's the best that we can do based on the assumptions we know. But I also put at the very bottom here, our immediate need is our expiring PI levy. So that's really what we need to spend our time on. And so the next chart, we did have a meeting today with Bradley Payne and Associates, who is going to help us with our capital planning and a very nice dashboard, which can also be forward facing for our community.
Oh, great.
So that we can discuss what are the needs. We can build out that plan. It'll be a 10-year plan. It will also be something that we will be bringing to you at the October 20th work session for you to review. And then we're going to ask you to approve that plan as well. So we're doing a lot of that work, and we've done work. We did a lot of that work last year, but it's continuing and it will be formalized in a very nice plan that will be user-friendly and hopefully everybody can have access to. And
the community can
sure.
see, and correct me if I'm wrong, the community can see, okay, you want an auditorium, you want a field house, cost X.
Mhm.
This is the millage, this is PI levy millage,
Mhm.
that's what it costs.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I
See,
love that. Talk
And you
about
can pick and choose like
transparency.
how you want to do it. It's a pretty good tool. Yeah, I like it. It's better than it used to be. It's a lot better than it used to
Yeah, no, that's real-time
So-
transparency to see
When
that.
we met with the folks today, they were like, well, Jenny's got us on a very aggressive timeline here, but we're gonna meet it.
We're all on that one.
October 20th. October 20th, it's gonna happen. The next slide, I just thought it was important for us to have these filing deadlines because whatever we do, we have 2 shots in calendar year 2027, one in May, one in November. The first step would be to adopt a resolution of necessity, which says it's necessary. We need to do something. Then whether it's if it's a real estate revenue levy, then it's going to need to go to the county auditor. If it is an earned income tax, then it's going to need to go to the tax commissioner. And I put those specific dates there when things would need to go to the tax commissioner. Then you get the information back from either the tax commissioner, county auditor, and you need to do a resolution to proceed. So if it's for May, that would be in January. If it's November, that would be in July. And then everything has to be filed with Board of Elections no later than February 3rd or August 4th. So I just think it's important for us to know those dates and work backwards from those. So December might seem like a long way away as it's a beautiful August day, but it's going to be here before we know it. So that's why we feel like it's important to have this plan finalized in October so we can talk about it, discuss, and figure out what we need to do. Questions? I know that was a lot, Jackie. Jackie gives me that look like, really?
She was gonna be short, concise.
I tried.
I read all the information.
Yeah.
It's really good info.
It's a lot of information.
Very
It
detailed.
was pretty quick.
It was good.
It was good.
Very good.
A lot of information.
Especially when you don't know what all your variables are gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said today, and I think some of the cabinet members laughed at me. I said, the only thing I know about this forecast is that it's wrong. I mean, we make our best, and it's not like it's not a wild guess. It's not a guess.
Usually pretty close.
It's based on the information we have. We have to make assumptions, but there's just so many unknown variables right now that it's the best we can do. So. The other thing I want to mention, the SERS pickup resolution. Bethel has been contributing to, been picking up part of the employee share for a number of years. For whatever reason, we got a phone call from SERS saying, we don't have a resolution on file. This is basically just I want to say a little cleanup. It's in line with the salary range that was approved in May, but it's because SERS is requiring us to have something on file with them.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Is there any other discussion? Can you take roll, please?
Mr. Veith,
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue,
Yes.
Mrs. Ambergy,
Yes.
Mrs. Butler,
Yes.
Mrs. Leskowicz.
Yes. Can I get a motion to approve the personnel consent agenda?
I'll move. I'll second.
Any discussion? Can you take roll, please?
Mrs. Ambergy,
Oh, sorry, it was Mrs. Donahue.
that's okay, sorry.
No.
I'm just trying to listen and
Miss, okay,
Yes.
and Mrs. Butler,
Yes.
Mrs. Ambergy,
Yes.
Mr. Veith,
Yes.
Mrs. Leskowicz.
Yes. And we have a BEA update.
Oh, good evening. Well, our teachers have been back since last Friday officially. Teachers have been attending professional development, staff meetings and team meetings since we've returned. Last night was our 5th, 6th in high school open house, and tonight was our 7th, 8th in elementary open house. There's been a great turnout as always to both all of them. We are excited to see our new students and parents for the new school year, you know, as they move up a year, and those that move on, a lot of them like to come back and see the old teachers, you know, and that's kind of exciting to see. The classrooms will be getting their final touches, and teams do their final preps tomorrow, so we can welcome our students back Thursday. And the facilities look amazing. We want to thank all who cleaned, repaired, and helped prepare them over the summer for our staff and our students, and we greatly appreciate them. And we want to congratulate Best on TAing on their contract and moving forward. So we're looking forward to a great year and a lot of great things to come. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mindy.
Facilities committee update?
Yes, so the August meeting ended up being canceled. A lot of people weren't available, and we, at the July school board meeting, we thought Damon might be able to give us an update from that particular month's review with OFCC, but in the format of if we met for him to give us that review, or if we didn't meet, then maybe he could send us an email. We didn't have that opportunity, so still looking for that. Again, the plan is to meet September 9th on that second Wednesday, second Wednesday. Probably be some good sport event that will keep some people out, but did want to ask Mr. Nutter, and I know this is, I hadn't thought about that until just a little bit ago, but is there anything specific from your meeting that you had a week ago that you can think of that that the facilities committee can help with or should be working on? Because that's the way we can be most effective, is if
No, I
we're
agree with
helping.
you. Yeah, no, I think you're talking about the one where we, the kickoff meeting.
Yeah, the kickoff.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that kickoff meeting was, I mean, it was basically who they are. We talked about procurement, which is new, who's gonna sign in on the systems. I mean, it was basically more, it was more administrative than just how are we gonna get things done, right? Who's gonna,
Okay.
so there was really nothing in there that was, of substance for what we
I
would.
would say maybe the field house, right? Like,
No, they asked us about our LFIs, we
Okay.
told them Fieldhouse, but I mean, basically that kickoff meeting was, we got to meet people from, all the people that are part of the project from Columbus. A couple were remote, and some drove, and, who we were, and then we talked about, we got our resolutions done, we talked about drawdowns of money are gonna start to come, I mean, that, and we talked that we will soon start the process for picking an architect, but we didn't,
Yeah.
that's all we said.
Yeah.
There's really but you're gonna start to get some good updates, and I think what will happen is, we'll bring them to the board and bring them to the committee too, the facilities committee, because like you said, there's a lot of great things, and a lot of good people on that committee can help do things. And so,
I would say maybe bring up the LFI, the field house, just maybe see what they're thinking, seeing if they're wanting what we want for it,
yeah, so, if we need an architect, right, so, the timing's bad, not bad, the timing's, challenging, because challenge is a good word.
yeah.
Challenge is a good word, because you've got to get an architect probably a month. It would be better to get an architect a month prior to when the OFCC would click the architect and the board. So if you want to get that moving, so it's like, one of the questions that I had for Anita, can we speed that process up? I don't know. That's a question, right? Then there's no need to have 2 architects you're hired to go through that process twice. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, but I think, we do know that Like the field house is the first project. I think everybody's agreed to that through the meetings we had at the elementary and here with the community and, but, that meeting, Natalie, was just purely administrative, basically. You know, who's gonna sign what, the procurement system's due to all of it. That's a new system that neither one of us have dealt with in previous building projects. Sounds real fun.
New to them too.
It's new to them too. Yeah,
Oh,
it's new to
yeah.
all of us.
Yeah.
So we had to walk through some of that, so things don't get messed up.
I think you've had a couple people right on the committee that talked about like some things they want in it. Like I heard them say like the which I know the bathrooms and such are gonna be in there, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they have a strong feeling of where it needs to be exactly in there. I don't know if they have any ideas of where they want.
And Damon has a drawing of
Yeah.
Yeah.
what he presented at the board meeting. that
Yeah.
He could obviously share with you if you
I know.
missed them, yeah.
Todd Bird has brought that a
Okay.
couple times to the meeting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and worked with Jason,
Yeah.
a little bit on that as well. To try to, pull some of that together to
Yeah.
see what it might look like, or, you know, what phases, like this could be a minimum type,
Yeah.
LFI input and field house, and here's a medium look, and here's like, if, you know, all the bells and whistles type thing.
Well, that, we talked about Bradley Payne, Natalie, earlier, and I think the facilities committee would benefit from this too. Those LFIs and those projects are all in that dashboard. You can put them all in there
Mhm.
and you can see, okay, we want to do this. What's that cost? When can we get that? I mean, it's all in there. So it'll all be loaded and then
That's really nice.
you all can use that too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Mhm. Yeah. And-
It'll come quick.
Yeah.
You'll get lots of information soon.
Yeah.
We all will.
Yeah.
But there's just really nothing to report yet. It's just, it was all procedural.
And, Andy, I didn't want to exclude you. Is there anything else that you would
absolutely.
like to?
Yeah,
add to
just
that?
like you said, everyone on the committee is chomping at the bit everyone wants to help and have the committee be a tool.
Yeah.
That helps the board make the best decision, but unfortunately, we gotta follow the steps before we get the information we need. So
Yeah.
we're all kind of like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like I said, but I
chomping
think
at the
what you're
bit
gonna
to
realize.
do
so-
something.
So it's a super aggressive timeline, which I
Oh, yeah.
told everybody, what, a year ago, or whatever. But see, you know, the difference, like in the meeting, like, we're not waiting for our money. We already have our money.
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
so the process starts and then, you know, usually you're waiting for the levy to pass or, you know, we're not doing that. So it's gonna come full speed at y'all. So, and yeah, like I said, we'll get it to you. And I know, I mean, like I said, I agree with you, Andy and Natalie. You guys are traveling a bit. So are we, because we know it's coming. It's gonna be a lot, but it'll be worth it. It'll be fun. So we'll get it done.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, and then I think I have the next one, the CTC. They started, the 11th and 12th for school for them, which, just seemed early, but just a little early. And I just wanted to ask you, Mr. Nutter, if, so I had carried it over from, the previous superintendent, and then I did it for a little while, and then you indicated you kind of wanted to do it for a little while. And now I'm wondering, you have a staff, maybe, is there somebody in the staff who is, you know, regularly working with the CTC, and that person might want to just give us an update? It's just a suggestion.
We do.
I'm happy to do it. I just wanted to know if somebody else, you know, wanted to take credit for reporting on that.
But what do you want? Do you want to do it?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I like doing it.
You want more information?
I
maybe?
just need more information, right?
about
And if
this?
there's
We'll get-
somebody who's actually getting it,
We'll get the people that work with the CTC and get you the information.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
okay. I didn't think you did, but kind of staff.
You do great at it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
Well, Pat.
Yeah.
Do it. Okay, appreciate it.
You
Yeah,
could appoint.
Yeah. Finally, yeah,
Yeah, just let me know
Okay. I do.
who that is, and
I said that
I'll
ahead of time.
work with them. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
It'd be, And it's easy, you can talk to the guidance counselors, you can go online and pull that all together. But if somebody's already done all that, then,
Yeah, you can stop ahead. Yeah, no problem.
yeah, thank you.
I'll get you all together.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
And the OSBA capital conference.
So November 15th through the 17th is when Capitol Conference is this year. Reagan, you were appointed as the voting delegate.
I'm a
at the
delegate.
Organizational meeting, so, but I don't want to assume, and Andy was the alternate. So I'm gonna say Reagan's probably going to attend.
Probably.
If you're the
If I'm still
voting.
walking around on their first,
So,
I'll be voting for something.
but if anyone out, I mean, just let me know. And the reason why I'm asking now, you might say, well, gosh, it's not till November. There's this crazy thing that they make us go through to get hotel rooms where they open up. It is crazy.
Like tickets
And that
wrong.
it is the most stressful thing. September the 15th is when the housing registration opens up, and it opens up at 9 a.m. and by 9:02, all the rooms will be gone. I wish I was lying. So if you want to go, number one, let me know. And if you plan on staying, let me know. And we'll make all the arrangements for you.
Yes, and yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I can't take off work.
The first
Rush,
day is on a Sunday.
So if I just wanted to go.
So,
that
If you
day-
wanted to go up for a day, I
Okay.
mean, that's always an option.
Tell Russ
as
I
well.
said it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure,
Um,
I'm sure he'd go with that.
But yeah, I mean, just let me know if I don't hear back from you by next week. I'll reach out. Say, hello.
Isn't there a
Anything.
cancellation grace period too or something? So if
There
we say
is.
Yes. then-
Oh, there is. Yeah. I always end up getting extra rooms and then,
Just, yeah.
But it's better to have them and not need them, right? Than
Yeah.
need them and have them, or we'll be.
yeah, because they're
Or
like
going
gold.
to the
Yeah.
conference because we'll be
They get
staying
used.
in another zip code.
Staying in Hilliard.
Yes.
No, not on my watch.
Thank you.
No.
Six, yeah. Some of those places.
Motel 6.
We have a little PTSD.
No. That's all I have.
Alright. Then can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
I'll second.
You take roll please.
Mrs. Donahue?
Yes.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mrs. Ambergy?
Yes.
Mr. V?
Yes.
Mrs. Lethbridge?